Shoe0nHead made a new video, so I guarantee myself and every single VTuber are going to react over the next 24 hours. MAGA was right. We were crazy. The whole woke one bullshit is so fucking crazy. I can't believe these Democrats are trying to fucking like brain warp y'all and say, oh yeah, shit was crazy. Ha ha ha. Sweep it under the rug. Fuck you. We all remember that shit. We're not letting go. Let's see what Shoe thinks.
Woke one. A new phrase coined by leftists and Democrats online that is being used to distance themselves from the terrible PR disaster that was the last few years for the left in America.
Believing in transgenderism in 2020 was the same thing as people believing in flat earth. That's how fucking stupid these people were.
Nancy Pelosi kneeling in full African garb to honor George Floyd. Why, that was just woke one.
Yep.
And how, in my opinion, that was not woke one. And how woke one actually started in like 2012, 2014 with Gamergate, Me Too, you know, Tumblr era feminism. The whole—
Finally someone else talking about Me Too. It was a fucking scam and it was complete bullshit. It did so much more harm than good. And now men are terrified of talking to women. God, I love Shoe.
Pre-Trump era wokeness, before it was even called woke. And I talked about how I don't want them to rewrite history and pretend this all started in like 2020. After uploading that video on Woke One, I thought I was free. That I would never have to hear the insufferable, delusional term Woke One ever again.
Yep.
I thought I could finally move on with my life. Yeah, I thought.
What do you make of those controversial statements I'm sure you've seen? I mean, she's, you know, the Thanksgiving dust up, abolish prisons, abolish police.
Francesca Hong has made clear her present stances to her electorate.
Yeah, she's moved away from a lot
Right,
of that.
she's moved away from it. Of course, rhetoric in that time is not rhetoric that we would use today. I have a local city councilman that has this saying, woke one was crazy.
We just groomed children. What a funny time. We got 30 billion babies aborted. Yes. Hey, truly hilarious. This orphan blood sure does taste delicious. Yeah, so funny, bro. So funny. Oh, just goobers. Made thousands of people lose their channel because they merely existed in reality. Even motherfuckers lost their fucking channel over voicing our concerns over COVID. Look at how that turned out for y'all. Jesus.
Now, as an ex-AOC fangirl, I feel like I am well within my rights to say, not so fast, bitch.
Yep.
I watched these people go from anti-establishment, fighting the man, become the most preachy, buck-broken, neutered HR department Karens in real time. I remember when she broke away from the Bernie Sanders campaign after he dared go on Joe Rogan. I watched this all happen, and I held on. I held on for a long time. Many would say too long, in fact. But this clip of AOC talking about woke one really solidified how I've been feeling for the past few years. In this video, I will be responding to AOC trying to walk back woke one in what I can only assume is a desperate attempt to distance herself from the more crazy people in her movement before a future presidential run. Now, before we get into the real meat of this, the real juicy, the real this is the politician AOC and the interviewer are talking about. Francesca Hong is a progressive DSA candidate who recently lost her primary.
Huge fan of Hasan, by the way.
Francesca Hong has a few interesting tweets from 2020. Who among us does not? But most notably, one about wanting to cancel Thanksgiving. Cancel Thanksgiving.
What
should
the
have done this
fuck?
in 1621. If it takes a worldwide pandemic for us to realize we should stop celebrating colonialism and the original super spreader event that killed indigenous folks and women, so be it.
Why are we acting like the American Indians were just like this really like good and kind people that never hurt a fucking fly? Like, bro, it's like these people get taught a fictitious version of history and now they're running for office and they still haven't tried to correct the misinformation they were taught when they were kids. I bet these people still believe that America was the only people who had slavery too.
Please don't gather for the colonizer holiday. Please do wear a mask. I forget that people actually speak like this, and it's not just like some conservative parody of liberals.
One thing that they brought up as well was a post from you in 2021 where you said Americans should cancel Thanksgiving,
Insane.
should have done this in 1621.
There we go.
Do you still believe that Thanksgiving should be canceled?
I love that word. Do you still believe? You think these fucking fake ass politicians believe anything they're saying? No. They say whatever the fuck they can to garner an audience. That's it.
I'm a chef. Bringing folks around the table to share conversation and build community is always a good thing. But Thanksgiving is also a time that's incredibly painful for many people in our communities.
Don't get me wrong, I love
Oh, they're getting the turkey. They called it Christmas and not Happy Holidays. How about you grow some fucking balls? We're fucking mid-20s, mid-30s crying about motherfuckers saying Christmas. Thanksgiving is very offensive to me. Okay, bitch, then leave America. If Thanksgiving and Christmas offends you, then get the fuck out of my country. It's that easy. Because those holidays are what this country was built on, and I'm not gonna let some dumb bitch tell me how to live my life.
the struggle session. They're putting these candidates through reading their old woke 1.0 tweets back at them, like a dog that peed on the carpet. What is this? What is this? But the quotes and replies from like Democrats and leftists on this were even funnier. Is it so hard to just say, no, I do not want to cancel Thanksgiving? Even if you do want to, just lie? Why is she catering so hard to the fringe? Does she want to lose her election? Why can't she just lie?
Yeah, just go on stand and lie on a fucking trial. Every other fucking woman does it.
This woman is an optics nightmare. Just say no. Say it was a joke. Say it was woke one. Just lie, for fuck's sake. Just say no. Just lie, please. No, she shouldn't lie, and she's not trying to cater. This is what she truly believes. And the people
Which is fucking insane.
should know exactly what she believes. She has talked about her half-white son, that he gives her a quote, proximity to whiteness.
I wasn't always aware of the struggles of other communities of color because for me, assimilation always kind of took over. And so I did marry, my proximity to whiteness continues, right? My son is biracial. He's half white and half Korean.
I hate these white people, but you sure love their dick, don't you? Hey, bitch, I don't blame you. It's great, right? White dick? It's good shit, bro. What is it about mid-Asian loving some white dick? Am I crazy? Why do Asians just crave white cock? But I always see Asians chasing white dudes.
The hesitation, she's like, I married a... My child is half white. She can't even like bring herself to say it. Activists in the streets, colonized in the sheets. Many such cases. Also, Francesca Hong just like hates all holidays, apparently. This woman is straight up Grinch maxing. She's got a hate tweet for every fucking holiday, I swear to God. Except for Kwanzaa. Of course.
What the fuck is Kwanzaa? A week-long secular holiday, December 26th to January 1st. It honors African-American culture, family, and community. Dr. Malana Karenga created in 1966 during the Black Power movement. That's okay. Sure, man. Why do the Jews and the blacks get like multi-day, like long holidays? Like the whites are like July 4th, not July 4th through 15th. What do you mean you get a, also, why do gay people get a month? What? What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Why would she hate Kwanzaa? When asked how her long-term vision of a world without prisons would work, Hong said, "What I know is attainable, and the policies that actually meet the urgency of the moment and understanding the realities of it means we have to ensure that we're funding our local governments, that we're bringing justice to victims." She added, "What may have been aspirational is not primary." What may have been aspirational. So it's still an aspiration. It's still a goal. It's just not the primary one. Interesting. Also, her opponent said this.
People try to call me the establishment. I look at that as a slur, particularly as an African-American candidate.
So, cancel Thanksgiving or establishment is a racist slur. Your Democratic Party, sir.
Had these people ever not cried victim once in their fucking life? Like, it's actually pathetic even having to hear these people talk. It, like, offends me. It does. How are these Democrats such fucking losers? It's actually insane. They just perpetually bitch, they whine, cry, they're the victim, yet they have all the power. It's embarrassing because Karens have all the power.
Anyway, my point is, Francesca Hong's old tweets about defunding the police and whiteness and Thanksgiving, they were being all hand-waved away by AOC.
Yeah, I would love for Francesca Hong to say, defund the police. Okay, then why don't you, at 3 a.m., walk the streets of Detroit with some AirPods in for an hour? And then, just say, hey, the police won't protect me, guys. Do whatever you want. People always say defund the police until they live in a shitty-ass fucking neighborhood, and then they realize how important it is. You want to get fucking stabbed? All these fucking rich snobs living in their fucking ivory towers and their fucking $3.4 million mansion in L.A. Oh, we don't need the police. Free all prisoners. Okay, why don't you guys go live in Chicago, downtown Michigan, okay, Woodstock, Virginia, okay, go there, middle of the night, walk on the streets, talk about how much you don't need the police anymore. Yeah, see how that works for you, man.
As just simply being woke one.
Woke one was crazy.
Woke one was crazy. But if you said woke one was crazy during woke one, you are a racist, fascist Nazi.
Yep.
The citation.
The only reason why people like AOC is because I'll just be real, she's hot. That's it. That is literally, what's her actual name? AOC. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. The only reason why people like this chick is because she's pretty good looking. That's it. Because that's how skin deep the world is, to where if you're like even slightly conventionally attractive, people will just listen to you. Then you got me, ugly motherfuckers, where I gotta work every sentence I say to get people on the same page as me. You know how hard it is to get people to agree with you as a bald, ugly dude? You know how hard that is? It's fucking hard out here, man.
Of woke 1.0 or woke 1 is now a common shorthand among parts of the online left to describe and distance themselves from what they view.
But how can she be hot when she's Latina? First of all, I didn't say that she was hot. I would say that people would consider her conventionally attractive. This is every mid-30 Latina woman's future. Every single one of them, without exception. And we all know it. She's probably on Ozempic.
As a more dated or inconvenient aspects of the impassioned social justice activism they participated in during the late 2010s and early 2020s. In 2021, Chai Osi, campaigning for New York City Council, tweeted, "A cis white man should not be the next speaker of the council." When a critic of his on X unearthed that old post,
if you say cis white, shut the fuck up.
Earlier this year, Ose, now a council member, gave a pithy response. Woke one was crazy. We all got a bit crazy back then. We did some jello shots and got on the bar and took off our tops and burned the city down and got people fired from their jobs for having opinions Obama had 15 years ago. Yep. You can't spend like 10 years bullying people into the most retarded asocial political opinions under the coercion of social ostracization or getting fired from their job, then turn around and just be like, that just happened. My career for like a decade has been calling this out, has been trying to tell the left and the Democratic Party that this woke shit was toxic and would drive people away from them. And for 10 years, I was called a racist, sexist, pick-me, fascist, Nazi, every ist and ism under the sun. And now they're just conceding to that and acting like it never happened. And you just expect us to, what, move on? I've been like a dog chasing a car, and I finally got the car, and I don't know what to do with it. Like, first of all, why as a Democratic politician would you say this? You're basically saying like, yeah, MAGA was right. We were crazy. Like, okay. What else are they right about then? Even from like an AOC fan point of view, this just makes her look completely unserious and makes like the progressive movement look completely unserious, which it is. Why should anyone trust a politician who can get swept up in mass hysteria so easily? How can I trust that won't happen again? How can I trust?
Because you can't, because it will happen again.
In 5 years from now, you won't just call whatever it is you're advocating for now woke 2.
Woke 2 was crazy! Jesus. When we let illegals into our country and rape all our women and children.
And dismiss it as crazy.
Yep.
Free Palestine. Woke 2 was crazy.
Yep.
Like, what do you believe in? Could you imagine Republicans being like, January 6th one was crazy? Basically, I said this all on Twitter and people were like already making videos of it. AOC panics after Shoe0nHead calls her. Like, That didn't even happen. Like, I don't think AOC even knows I exist. I love the thumbnail on this one.
Well, she does. You took a photo with her.
Shoe bitch slaps AOC. Who the fuck is this? Is that
Shoe bitch?
Is that shoe bitch?
That's
Ah,
shoe
yes,
bitch.
the infamous, notorious shoe bitch. Going around slapping women. Every time I log onto YouTube, I'm destroying and slapping and finishing on people. If you didn't know—
My title. She took an image of my thumbnail, my video on her, and retweeted it. Shoe0nHead finished on Hasan. She's quoting me there, by the way. That's what's hilarious. Shout outs to WestJet. I stole your fucking title. You're welcome. Hey, by proxy, she acknowledged you too, man.
who I was, you would think I was some, like, psychopathic rapist. And then you click on the video and it's just like, I posted a tweet. Yep. Anyway, back to the point. When a citizen changes their mind on something, that's totally normal, that's totally natural. Many things can happen in the span of years that can change your mind on something. It's perfectly normal to evolve and grow. And it's fine if you're a politician and you change your mind on something, but, and this is a big but, this is a fat ass. If you're a politician and you change your mind on something, I want to know exactly why you changed your mind.
I absolutely agree. If you're a politician and you have a stance, I want to know why. If you change that stance, I want to know why. I want to make it very clear. I think it is okay. I think it is okay for people to change stances if they can properly elaborate why that is in great detail. Any view, any opinion I have on literally anything, I can explain with great detail or sufficient detail on why that is. And you should be the same. You should never say, I believe this because this person told me to. You need to have a rationale and reasoning for everything. I can explain literally everything I say, literally everything I do, literally everything I think, because you should be able to.
When you changed your mind, be transparent. What about woke one really?
Transparent, not a transparent. Difference.
Woke 2, in my opinion, don't you agree with anymore? Why didn't the interviewer ask AOC that question? Like, what was crazy about woke 1?
Yep.
Trans women are women, DEI, white privilege, defund the police, the Green New Deal, like what?
George Floyd.
What? Tell us. What? Tell the class. I've talked about this a few times in a few videos, but one example of me changing my mind, I was way more critical of the police back in like 2020, like borderline ACAB. I was also single, depressed.
You will be critical of the police if you're living in a comfy neighborhood. If you live in a shit neighborhood, you're going to thank God for the police unless you're a criminal.
Living in my parents' basement, smoking weed every day, but I'm sure that had nothing to do with it. I can tell you that moving from the suburbs to the city, taking public transportation, having a kid, seeing firsthand how bad things are and how bad things can get, actually experiencing the world outside of my bubble is what changed my mind on that topic and a whole bunch of other topics. So I want to know, AOC and other politicians, what about woke 1 do you disagree with now? What's sad is, if this was like 5 years ago,
Here's the reality, and I'm going to break it down for you guys so it's very easy to understand. The majority of modern, current day democratic opinions are easier to agree with if you're dumb, inexperienced, or a kid. That is the truth. Because they sound very pretty, right? They sound very pretty. They sound very nice. But once you get older, you have experience, and you actually want to fix the world, that is when you will move towards conservative because you understand how deeply troubled this world is. So the reason why the majority of adults are still democratic is because these opinions were ingrained in them as a kid, and they weren't smart enough to adjust them to modern standards. Or they're just too lazy to fucking research.
be like, hell yeah, AOC has finally seen the light. Woke is bad, so true. Now we can get real things done, comrade. But it's not 5 years ago. I'm a grown-up now, and this is extremely pathetic. As a politician, you need to be transparent. I'm gonna bird hands at you. Be transparent. The people act like we need to be apologizing for shit our ancestors did 400 years ago, acting like 2020 never happened. I'm not buying it, sorry. These issues were fucking, like, existential to these people a few years ago, and now it's just like, no big deal. It was just a phase, Mom. I'm just a silly 30-year-old teenage politician. My concern isn't really that Democrats are admitting this stuff was wrong and deeply unpopular. My concern is I don't see anything preventing from that happening again. There's literally some assemblywoman in Brooklyn right now running on some woke one-ass shit as we speak, talking about how stealing should be legal, actually. No one should be arrested, much less jailed, for stealing a tube of toothpaste.
Jesus.
Incarceration separates people from their jobs, support service, and
You give an inch, they're gonna take a mile. Okay? Yes, you should be punished for stealing no matter what. Duh.
loved ones. It perpetuates
Good
a cycle
God.
of poverty and crime, no matter how much fear-mongering the right-wing media does. These people aren't stealing toothpaste because they have to brush their teeth. These people are stealing things in bulk to sell on Facebook Marketplace. We have food banks, food stamps, charity for poor people who can't actually afford toothpaste. If I could go back in time and tell myself one thing, it would be criminals are not Aladdin. Criminals are not Aladdin. Criminals are not Aladdin! And it would make everyone's
I don't get that. I've never seen Aladdin. I don't understand the reference.
lives incredibly easier if there was actually some deterrent against crime. Yes. Otherwise, what's the point? Why should anyone go to work and spend their hard-earned money when we can just steal? Crime is legal now. Laws. Drunk driving is not illegal on stolen land. I don't think they understand just how incomprehensible some of their worldview actually is.
So if my daughter is assaulted and raped, is there any agency that would seek to find her assailant and bring him to justice?
Of course, yeah, of course.
What would it be if not police, and where would he be if not a jail?
So I guess I really want to avoid getting kind of caught into these hypotheticals and talk more about the reality that we're actually facing right now, which is
That is the reality that we're in right now. If someone gets raped and assaulted and there's no police and there's no jails, what would happen to that person? What the fuck? Are you retarded? That's why jails exist. That's why the police exist. What? What do you want to argue against then?
is that we're spending in absolutely outrageous amounts of money on police and policing.
What f***ing hypothetical? That's the entire idea. That's the entire policy, and you can't explain it? Abolish prisons. Where do the bad people go? I don't know. Like, yeah, okay. In a functioning society, people like that would be forced to dig ditches in a work camp forever. Useless. Sorry, I'm chutting out so hard in this video. I'm in my luteal phase. I have a f***ing pimple.
Ugh.
I have a pimple.
Unwatchable.
For the first time in like 15 years, I'm stressing out so hard. What the f***? Anyway, despite the Republicans completely dropping the ball right before midterms, surprise! War in the Middle East forever! The sudden walk back about woke one clearly shows the Democrats are still—
I actually believe that if a Democratic Party wins our next election, or Trump loses the midterms, I actually think this country is like fucked. I do. I actually think my career, as well as Asmongold's career, and many like us, will be completely fucked. It was so bad when Obama was in charge. Like, I actually think, no joke, without exaggeration, I think we're fucked. Elon Musk, please fucking save us, bro. Please save us.
struggling with PR. If only there was some sort of left-wing Joe Rogan.
People think I'm the king of woke 1.0, that I was Mr. Radlib, right? I never was. I have a pretty
All roads lead back to Hasan.
open mind to unlimited progress, but I also understand how people operate. Like I never did the Latinx thing. Like I have been dark woke before dark woke was invented. Like this is the headquarters of dark woke.
Not the dude who called me
This guy's just so retarded.
emo, calling himself dark woke. What the actual f*** is dark woke?
What is dark woke?
Dark woke is just Democrats are just as woke as we were in woke 1.0. The messaging is what's important. It is aggressive.
The entire idea of dark woke seems to be that regular woke was too polite and too wholesome.
Dark woke for me is we are fighting for good and for equality and for social justice for everybody, but we don't mind saying F you.
Dark woke, get it?
Wow.
It's like woke, but we're mean. You already are!
That's so freaking cool, dude. Oh my God, I'm like dark woke, dude. You know what I mean? It's literally designed to target like young, impressionable children with like pretty language. Like people, oh, dude, yeah, I'm dark woke because it sounds cool. It's like, oh, so you're retarded? Whoa, well, but it sounds, I'm dark. I'm like Darth Vader, bro. I'm like the super villain, right? I'm like light. I'm here to like fix the world. Shut the fuck up, bro. You're just fucking stupid.
Mean. That's why people hated you. You were
Yep.
finger-wagging, morally righteous woke scolds. The problem was never that the left was insufficiently mean online. God forbid someone say the wrong word, liked the wrong tweet, or
Yep.
failed to participate in the latest virtue signal humiliation ritual. And I'm
Yep.
sorry, can we just go back to that Hasan clip real quick?
I have a pretty open mind to unlimited progress.
What the fuck does unlimited progress mean?
Unlimited progress! Like some fucking bald-ass supervillain channeling like a lightning generator. What are we talking about?
Considering these guys think progress is like a literal linear line where just
And chopping your fucking balls off and putting on a dress?
more and more people get rights. So like what the f does that
Light did nothing wrong. I want to remind you that there was a scene, I believe, where a couple of people in a bar were making a woman uncomfortable, making Misa uncomfortable. So he wrote like 5 of their names down in a fucking notebook and killed them all. like I feel like, you know, what those guys did was like not good, but he just killed them all with like no hesitation. Like, let's be real. Light made some mistakes. He was pretty extreme with who he was cool to just exterminate.
mean? Pedophile rights, zoophile rights? What unlimited progress are we talking about here, buddy? Because that sounds pretty f***ing woke to me. We did so much progress to the gender discussion. We somehow looped back around to little boys liking pink means they're gay. But wokely, no son of mine is gonna play with Barbies. That must mean he's a girl. You people are lost in the sauce.
Mendami's aide, his top aide, Sia Weaver, said if you don't believe in the government's sacred right to seize property, it's over. And impoverish the white middle class.
Beast mode. I love
Beast mode. Fuck white people. I'm white, by the way. Beast mode.
her so much. One of the things about Zoran is that the people surrounding him oftentimes are so much cooler than he is.
I will die on the hill that Zoran Mamdani is a Power Rangers villain.
I like how in the video where he defends himself from people criticizing that clip, he's like, guys, come on, it was just a joke, guys, come on. In the description of that video, he's like, anti-white racism, which doesn't exist. Definitely not woke one.
Yep.
All right, buddy. Sorry. It's so hard not to just make the entire video clowning on that goofball. Like, bro was in a suit at a pool party. The man is a cartoon character. I don't want to make videos about Hasan Piker, but you can't fucking escape him nowadays because the media won't shut the f up about him. Fox News is just hyper-focusing on him every single day to go after the Democrats because I guess they have nothing else. And then the response.
I think it's great to use Hasan as a tool to make the left look retarded because they are. He really is a useful idiot to help Republicans get into power because Hasan does such a horrible job of fucking helping the Democrats. To be honest, he's the biggest reason to be right-leaning because Hasan Piker's so fucking retarded.
To all the Hasan stuff coming out on the right, coming out on Fox News, is then like left-wing journalists making more puff pieces, taking more photo shoots of Hasan in his mansion, and all these outlets calling him like a terrorist and a communist just makes him sound way more important and like way cooler than he actually is. Nothing hurts this dude more than reminding him that he is literally just a Twitch streamer. I don't want the focus of American politics to center around a f***ing Twitch streamer. Like, I don't understand the media's obsession with this guy, but at the same time, I don't think Hasan is the best wagon to hitch yourself to if you're the Democratic Party. There are other internet celebrities on the left you could do that with. Like, God, the left really has nobody. No, he's a sex pest. No, she.
You know who she was gonna say with that. Oh my god.
He's a sex pest. Damn it. I don't know. There's gotta be someone with way less baggage than Hasan Piker. Like, why don't you hitch your wagon to someone like that? Instead of Hasan, who, every time he's rightfully criticized, hides behind how he just wants to give us health care.
I think the best figure that the left has going for him is probably Hunter Biden. I think that's pretty much it. I think that is their only good candidate. And even still, I disagree with Hunter Biden on many things. But I think he is the best representative of a Democrat in 2026. And he's a coke addict, by the way.
Death to the West! Let the streets run with their capitalist blood! Whoa, dude, you're making us look bad. Oh, I'm just a little healthcare boy! You wouldn't criticize a little healthcare boy now, would you? I don't care anymore.
All we want is free healthcare. America fucking deserved 9/11, dude. I'm fucking saying it. Oh, yeah, bro, of course.
I wash my hands of this. There's gonna be like 25 videos uploaded after this, like, Shoe0nHead bends Hasan over and and like, great. Can't wait. Remember that big study we talked about that was done after the Democrats lost the election that showed the most popular Democrat positions were things related to economic issues, and the least popular policies were things like abolishing the police, abolishing prisons, and like open border policies? People don't want to abolish the police. They do not want to abolish prisons. They don't want to talk about whiteness or whatever the talk to actual workers about them. Like, talk to actual blue-collar workers. They hate this shit. And they hate you. They hate you because you suck, but they also hate you because you hate them. Like I said 500 billion times before, more people would be on board with what the left was saying, or at least like sit down and listen to you, if you dropped the gay race Marxist bullshit. How do I know this? The DSA and the left and the Democrats, they have to distance themselves from the goofy, destructive, identity politics, asocial bullshit. And in order to do that, you actually have to mean it, not just laugh it off. But I don't think they can, because this stuff is just so deeply ingrained in social.
They're completely ideologically captured. They are. And their fan base demands that they just breeze past it because they can't damn it because they do, they'll lose support.
Socially progressive politics. A lot of this stuff isn't woke one. It's just part of dismantling whiteness and the patriarchy, destroying hierarchies, subverting norms, or whatever the f. That cancel Thanksgiving tweet wasn't just some like silly haha woke one bullshit. But you know, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is what I've been asking for a decade. Maybe this is a new era for the Democrats. Could AOC actually have changed her mind? Yes, it's totally possible, yes. AOC and I are like the same age. She's like a year older than me. She's still pretty young. 35 is young, right? It's not impossible that in her time being a politician.
I don't think you're old until you're in your 60s, to be completely honest. Once you're in your 60s, yeah, you're fucking old. I think up until 58, 59, you're chilling. It's not a big deal. But people will make you think that you're on death's door your entire life. People say that being 20 years old is old. What the fuck are you talking about? You got out of school 2 years ago.
Her mind has changed on a few things, but it lines up suspiciously well with a run for president in 2028. So forgive me if I'm a little bit skeptical. I see a lot of Republicans online like, do it, AOC, run for president. Don't get too cocky. You may be surprised. The American people are an enigma, and we might see a pretty big pendulum swing. As hard as it is for some hyper-partisan brained people to hear, not everyone voting for these DSA candidates are like crazy commies or something. Just like not everyone who voted for MAGA in 2016 when Trump promised to bring jobs back and he will remember the forgotten man and whatever. Those people weren't Nazis. When people can't afford a house, a car to get married, to have kids, you cannot be shocked when they start looking for options outside of the establishment. Huey Long, one of my favorite politicians, believed that if people had their needs met and were content and happy and had jobs and could feed their families, communism or fascism would never come to America because people would have no reason to revolt or want those things. The
problem is people expect their needs met without working for their country because they always ask, what can the country do for me? They never ask themselves, what can I do for my country? And I do believe the majority of people who find themselves in shitty situations are people who are lazy, who aren't willing to work hard enough. I believe hard work can overcome literally fucking anything, but just my opinion.
Would be happy with what they
There's too many fucking freeloaders in this country, especially Somalians.
He believed that extreme economic inequality created political instability. And as the economy continues to go to shit and wages don't increase, and retards like Dan Crenshaw respond to these issues with basically let them eat ramen, we are going to see people moving to all different directions on the political spectrum. Personally, until—
Well, I will say, people complaining that food stamps won't cover Kool-Aid and cookies need to shut the fuck up. Food stamps and government aid should get you the essentials only. Because if government assistance can make you content with your life, then there's no reason to ever change. And there's a lot of jobs that will inherently make people lose more money than government assistance can provide you by doing nothing. And that's why government assistance should only bring you needs only. Not any luxuries whatsoever.
there's a Democratic
like water, potatoes, rice. That's it.
Party that isn't prisoner to identity politics or isn't completely cucked by race grievance, I'm not a Democrat. And until there's a Republican Party that actually cares about workers and isn't completely cucked to a certain foreign country, I'm not a Republican. I'm trying to look like Hasan. I look like a f***ing femboy. Wait, hold on.
Hi, my name is Sock.
I look like I would be groomed on Discord. What the actual f***? All right, I need to get out of this. I need to get out of this. In conclusion, I do not like seeing politicians run from accountability. I like
What the fuck was that about?
transparency. If you change your mind on something, tell me why. This woke 1, woke 2 is a headache. I am done with it. What do you guys think? Do you guys think there's a chance AOC is being genuine? Are you willing to believe politicians who have said they've changed their mind on things? Have you changed your mind on things since like 2020? If so, what? If you like this video, please subscribe, and if you can, please consider donating to my Patreon, link down below.
I think anybody who allies themselves with Hasan Piker politically is a fucking retard. And also a horrible judge of character, and also is unfit to do anything leading this country whatsoever. Because if they can't figure out the world's most obvious bad guy is a bad guy, I don't trust them at all. It's really that simple.